All right, if you have an Android phone and you sent yourself a test app notification and it's just not showing up, or it's not playing a sound, or it's not displaying the way you'd like, then this video is for you. Quick note, if you have a Samsung phone, then they actually tweak the UI and the settings of their version of Android quite a bit, so we made a special video just for you. This video is shot on a Google Pixel, and most other phone makers hew pretty closely to Google's official version of Android, so it should be very similar to this, aside from possibly slight visual differences. Except if you have a Huawei, a Xiaomi, or a OnePlus, they also tweak their settings quite a bit as well, but it'll be the same concepts as this, so this will still be useful for you. This is also taken on Android 16. So if you're using a different version of Android, it should be very similar to this, but again, small little differences here and there. Okay, all that said, let's dive into your settings and let's get them fixed up so that you can start getting notifications the way you'd like. Okay, first thing, come up here to the top right corner and drag down. Then drag down again to reveal your full control center over here. And make sure there are no active modes. Make sure it's not in Do Not Disturb mode, bedtime mode, or driving mode. If it is, that's why you're not receiving any notifications. Okay, now drag back up to go back to your home screen. And next, we're going to go over to the SubAlert app. Then go to the main menu, then Settings. Then click Notification Settings right here. This just takes you to a link in your phone settings for the notification settings for this app. Okay, so first thing, make sure it's turned on. Then you can see the different types of notifications we send you. New jobs is the only one we do. If you haven't received a notification yet at all, you can click down here and then it'll show new jobs. Anyway, make sure it's turned on, then click it. Make sure it's set up to ring or vibrate if you want it to. Make sure all this stuff is as you want it to pop on screen, etc., etc. Here you can click a different sound if you don't like the app-provided sound that we bundled with SubAlert. Okay, that stuff should be all good. Next, come back over here. Come to your phone settings. Then go to Notifications. App notifications, this is just a listing of all your apps, and you could find SubAlert alphabetically in that list, but we already just went to exactly that link with the shortcut that we showed you. Keep going down. Make sure that notifications are allowed to show on your lock screen if that's something you want. Notification cooldown. You can have this on, but what it does is if you get too many notifications in a row, it can silence a lot of notifications and make them kind of appear silently. And I don't know if you want that or not. If you get like your school sometimes posts one job after another, you may want to turn this off just so you're sure you get a notification each time one of those comes through. Okay, let's go back. Okay, next, sound and vibrations. Make sure that the notification volume is on if that's something that you want to happen every time you get a notification. Go back again. Okay, modes. These are what we saw a bit earlier in the control center. Come over here. If a bedtime is not set, then you're all in the clear. But if one is, just click it and make sure that the schedule is one that you expect to see. That it's the times you actually really wanted it to go off. Because when that goes off, when it becomes active, it is going to block all notifications. Just make sure there's no surprises here, and this is all what you expect. Additionally, if you really wanted to, you could come over here and add apps that are allowed to break through the bedtime setting. That way you can have SubAlert go off in the middle of the night at 1 a.m. if that's actually something you want. Okay, go back. You could also do the same thing for Do Not Disturb. When you put in Do Not Disturb mode, you might want just SubAlert to come through or some other app to come through if it's very important. Okay, I believe you can do the same thing for driving also. If you set driving up, then you could also possibly have SubAlert be one of the apps that breaks through. Next, we're going to scroll down until we see battery. Okay, battery saver. If it says off, then you're totally in the clear. If it says on, then you're going to have to click here and you're going to have to see whether it's set to battery saver standard or battery saver extreme. Battery saver standard is totally fine for our app for SubAlert because we mark all our notifications as time sensitive when we send them to you. So it'll break through battery saver standard. However, battery saver extreme, if it's set to that, that will slow down your notifications or even stop them entirely. So make sure that battery saver is off. If it's not, click on it, make sure it's set to battery saver extreme. Okay, now let's go back. And next, digital well-being and parental controls. Click on this one. Make sure there's no like timer for SubAlert that keeps it from going off too much. You can also see the bedtime mode. That's just a shortcut to the settings we've already set before. Okay, focus. This is a setting where you can set a schedule for it to go off and it'll block distracting apps. Make sure, again, it's not going off at a schedule that you don't expect. Make sure that it's not turned on right now. And if it is, make sure that SubAlert isn't one of the apps specifically that focus mode is blocking. All right, and with that, we're done. We've hit every single place in the settings that could possibly be affecting your app notifications. And at this point, just go back to subalert.com on the website and trigger a new test app notification, and this time it should appear on your phone exactly how you like it.